Got to get up off the couch, change your attitude. A lot of people out there feeling down. Old Rona's got you down. Maybe your job's in peril right now because the man says you ain't essential. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is myriad of examples of people who you would think have been sidelined with either physical disabilities or other things, and these people do not let themselves be sidelined. They get up and they get it done, and one of them is Bryce Weiler. And I have Bryce on the phone. Bryce, how you doing? Thank you for joining us this morning.
Hi, Ken. Thank you so much for having me on.
And I'm just going to let you tell our listeners what you have been saddled with in your life and what you've accomplished. It's amazing to me what you've accomplished. Tell us about yourself and where you come from.
I was born 4 months premature with an eye condition called retinopathy of prematurity, and this happened when I was in the hospital, maybe because of too much oxygen or too much light, and the retinas in my eyes detached. When I was in college at the University of Evansville, the former Aces head men's basketball coach, Marty Summons, gave me the opportunity to sit on his Evansville men's basketball bench, which gave me the opportunity to be around sports and to be around college basketball. I've also been a blind sports radio broadcaster and commentated over 140 sporting events on the radio as a blind radio broadcaster. I have helped sports teams make their stadiums more accessible for people of all disabilities, and I am the co-founder of a nonprofit called the Beautiful Lives Project, where we work to help individuals of all disabilities be able to live their dreams in sports, in cheerleading, dance, art, nature, and many other programs all across the country.
And now, some people might think, hey, how can this guy be doing a sports radio when you can't see it? But you've got an amazing memory, and you're able to, you got all the stats down, so you're the perfect color commentator because you know all the stats, you know all the background on all the players. How long did it take you to research that stuff, and do you still keep up with that, or are you more involved in the nonprofit now?
It would take me about 14 to 16 hours per game that I commentated to research everything and to study the play-by-play broadcaster who I was commentating with. I still commentate a game every so often, but I'm more involved with the nonprofit now, doing various events and programs and assisting our chapter presidents across the country.
So, and again, tell us about Beautiful Lives, and do we have locations all across the country?
There are chapters all across the country. We have chapters in California, Dallas. We're actually looking for Florida chapters, so if there's any of your listeners who want to become a chapter president, I'll give out my contact information so they can contact me. Our website is www.beautifullives.org, beautifullives.org, and we have a plethora of videos and pictures on there, and you can read about all of our categories and things such as that.
This is awesome. Now, how has your disability? It doesn't seem like it's really affected you that much. I mean, I'm sure it has, but when you look at what you've been able to do, and you didn't let this really get in your way.
People have always told me that I could not do things in my life, such as commentating sports on the radio as a blind radio broadcaster or finding a job working in sports. They told me I couldn't do both those things because I am blind. So I just decided I was going to do whatever I wanted to do in my life, and I was going to work as hard as I can to achieve those dreams and to make those goals happen.
Yeah, I worked when I was living in Youngstown, Ohio. I did a little side work at the radio reading service, which back then was you would have a special radio that you could listen to, and we would read the newspaper in its entirety and stuff like that. And that whole radio station was ran by a guy who was legally blind, and he knew every inch of that radio station. He could get around. He could use all the equipment, and back then we were using, tapes. So it was very impressive to watch him do that, and seeing what you've done with your life. Again, it should be really inspiring to people out there, and to Also, just take a look at beautifullives.org and see what they're accomplishing and see what they're helping other people with disabilities achieve in their lives. And what are some of the things that have, being involved in this organization, what are some of your most special moments?
Being able to give individuals of all disabilities the opportunity to live their dream doing whatever that might be. If it's playing on the court with their favorite basketball team, or taking part in an event with a softball or baseball team, or learning how to do quilting, learning how to do art, just really also creating lifelong friendships between whatever host organization we have partnered with and the people of all disabilities who are coming to these events and programs, because that is just as important as the activity that these individuals are having the opportunity to take part in, because having friends and having people to help individuals of all disabilities is important, because for many of these people, it's a very lonely day every day.
Yeah, I'm sure. And but again, just being in, having someone as inspiring as yourself, and you also give inspirational speeches to even what I read about. You gave a speech to Arkansas women's basketball team.
The speech I gave was to the Arkansas State women's basketball team in Chicago. So I give lots of speeches to sports teams, to companies, to schools, to whatever groups want to have me come. I can speak about my life. I can speak on a certain topic, or speak about how people can work together with people of all disabilities, and also the importance of hiring individuals of all disabilities for employment at businesses and companies, because everyone deserves his or her chance to live their best life and to be a part of society.
So, people, you can find out more. Again, beautifullives.org. You can choose to support them and leave a nice donation or get involved. As you said, Bryce was looking for a chapter here in Florida, so it'd be awesome if we could have something local. Beautifullives.org. Look at it, check it out, support them, get involved, and hey, have you? Now you said you've been in to Ed Smith Stadium just up the road in Sarasota before, right?
I have been to Ed Smith Stadium. I helped Baltimore's baseball team make Ed Smith Stadium more accessible for fans of all disabilities, and I've done the same thing at Camden Yards as well.
Awesome. Well, it was great talking with you, Bryce. Again, very inspiring, and beautifullives.org is the organization. You need to check it out and support it, get involved with it, and see what you could do. Maybe we could get some of our local, the Stone Crabs, or we've also got the Atlanta Braves just up the road from us now here too, doing spring training. You got to come down here and check it out.
Yeah, if people want to call me or text me, they can do that as well to learn more about my life for the nonprofit. My number is 812-899-5673, 812-899-5673. They can also contact me at Bryce at beautifullives.org, BRYCE at beautifullives.org. And thank you so much, Ken, for the opportunity of coming on your show.
Well, thank you for being here. And just a couple of quick questions. What was it like? How long did it take you to adapt? I mean, since this happened at birth, how long did it take your parents to adapt to be able to, kind of get you cognizant with what's going on when you were a young child being blind?
I had always known I was blind. Actually, the first time that I met someone else who was blind, I was really shocked when I was about 10 years old, because I didn't really know there were other people who were blind.
That's strange. And how are your parents?
They've been really helpful with this. They've always been supportive of extra technology that I needed, or if I needed to go to Detroit or to St. Louis for a special, chat with my doctors, they'd be willing to take me to that. So I've been really grateful for all the help and support they've been willing to give me.
That's awesome. Well, folks, once again, it's Bryce Weiler, and beautifullives.org is the organization. Please check it out, and continued success. Bryce, you are an inspiration to a ton of people, And I certainly wish you continued success, and be great to get you down here to Florida sometime.
Sounds great. Thank you so much, Ken.
All right. Thanks, Bryce. Give it up for Bryce. Quick break, and we'll be right back.